Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello. It's Thursday, 7:15 here in Ireland. Good to have you all here with us today. We already have here Bruce and Neide with us. So thank you.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm back here again.
Yeah, last week you stay with the girls. No man interference. So it's good. Great. I hope you're okay. The winter, it's next door. We are getting prepared here in Ireland for the winter. Oregon as well. So let's see what's come up to us. So today we will start a new book in the Spirit's book, which is the book number 2. And this book number 2, we will discuss is the longest book. So we discuss a lot of things in relation to the spiritual world, the spirits, all these topics. And to start today, we will talk about the origin and nature of the spirits. We will try go from question 76 up to question 80. Okay? So I see some people are joining here. Good to have you all here. And Neide, would you mind to do an initial prayer for us?
Sure. No worries.
Okay.
So let's raise our thoughts to the Master Jesus, to the High Spirits, ask an enlightenment for this moment, that we can study the Spirit's book with an open mind and an open heart, that the good Spirit guide us through this work tonight. God bless all. So be it.
Okay, let's start here. We have enough people. So, good night, good evening, our friends here in Ireland, United States, UK, Portugal, Poland, Brazil. It's good to have you all here with us today. Sweden, Elias from Sweden. Bruce says here, Neide, your stream is cutting in and out today. Hang in there. I don't know. Look, for me, it looks okay. Hey, Don, since you joined, Don, can you tell me if you experience the same problems as Bruce saying our streaming is cutting in and out? Okay.
Can be just when I talk. Can be my internet maybe.
No, Don said is good, but Don it's on Facebook. Bruce is on YouTube. Okay, Bruce, let us know. My connection is 100% here. I have no problem here. So let me know if you have any other problems. But
yeah, if it's keep happen, let us know that I or if just when I talk or in general, because then can be my internet probably.
Yeah. Okay. So we already studied about God. We know the God's attributes. We know that we don't know when God was created, and we already know that if something created God, this something, it is God. Okay? Okay. Thank you, Don. Don said everything is fine. So, but now we will talk about the spirits. Okay? And Kardec, he started with a simple question to the wise spirits. How can we define spirits? And they are simply say spirits are intelligent beings of creation. Okay? Let's do a kind of reflection here. Intelligent beings. So, one of attributes of God, let me put it here. So, no. One of attributes of God, we can say here, He's eternal, immutable, immaterial, unique, all powerful, and supremely just and good. Okay? So, if we are intelligent, God is the intelligence itself. So, we are creatures from God in which we have divine qualities. That wise, we are intelligent. We are not the intelligence of the universe or the creation. We are intelligent, so we are a creation from the intelligence. Like God is not kindness. He is the good. You know? God, it is in this this part here, he is the intelligence. Okay? So, they keep going here in the answer. They populate the universe beyond material world. So, spirits are the intelligent beings who are populating the universe. Okay? And this brings us to question 23. What question 23 explain to us? What is spirit? And the answer was the intelligent principle of the universe. You know? And they say it is difficult to explain spirit because it's not tangible. If we cannot touch, if we cannot see, it becomes a little bit harder to explain. Okay? That this is one of the reasons why it's so difficult to explain God. Because we cannot see it, you cannot touch it. We don't have something painted and say, oh, it is this automatic pencil here, or it is that person, or it is that something. So it's difficult for us to explain it. Okay? But we were created. Like when you say in the first passage of the Bible, they say we were created similar as God. It is not similar in terms of appearance. It's similar in terms of qualities. We have the same qualities as God. Like his intelligence, we have intelligence. His intelligence, we are intelligent. He has good, we have goodness. Okay?
We could say so that we are consequences of God.
I not say we are consequences, we have his qualities. Because consequence, it's more, in order to have a cause and an effect. So we were created, we had a beginning. When we were created. So we were created. From that point, we started our path to evolution. And this path of evolution, for sure, didn't happen here on this planet. We why? This is a material for upcoming studies, but we have a different level of words, and you, because of this pandemic thing, you are more than aware that, oh, we are in a world of trials and atonements, and we are going to a regeneration world. Okay? Since we have word of trials and atonements, we have primitive words. Which mean we started our journey, let's say, in primitive words. And we are evolving. Now we are in these words of trials and atonements. And I hope we are evolving. We will die, our body will die, and we will reincarnate, probably here or somewhere. If you're here, I hope when we reincarnate again, the world is already in the regeneration. Because based on the news we have today, what's happening around the world, put me to think that the regeneration word is not far. You know when you start to watch Star Wars, in a far away galaxy. That's regeneration word for us. Based on the news today, regeneration word is very far. You know, this is going contrary what people say. Oh, the pandemic happened because we are. Yes, we are, but perhaps this is the letter A of the entire alphabet.
It's just the
While
beginning of the story.
yeah, that's the beginning of the story, and people think, oh, we that we will sleep today, when we wake up tomorrow we are in the regeneration world. Sorry to disappoint you, my dear friend. You will close your eyes today and you open your eyes tomorrow and you are in the same world, same problems, same thing.
Exactly, because it doesn't work in our time.
No, no,
And
no.
time is relative, so we have to bear in mind that it'll be we say that it's far far away in our time, in our counting time from the Earth planet, because for the the universe, the time is completely different. Yeah, when you go out, when you get off from the Earth atmosphere, the time change. Let's say so. Yes, in our time world, you can say that is still far far away.
Yeah.
But for the in the spiritual point of view, for them is different. The time is different, and for them it's much quicker than for us. I think, let's say.
It is. It is. It is too difficult to understand and accept it, because our ego, our um, pride do not allow us to see it. So while we have hunger, people dying of starvation, people dying of lack of um, hygiene, while people is still run away from their country, they are still living campus isolated, like treated as an animals. While people it's saying, "Oh, I got COVID. Oh, thank God it's not me. I am okay." So I don't care what happened outside, as long as my family is okay. I'm okay. So while you see this kind of discussions, while governments are not caring about, uh, uh, they run a country not because of the people, but because of their profits. We are far, far away of this. While we have a religion saying, "Oh, if you are with me, you are saved. If you are not with me, you are not saved." Come on, we already said, we already studied. I think it was one of the spiritual light shows. We already said that. Come on, God, uh, 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 Jesus was not Catholic, and he was not Christian, because the expression Christians were created sometime later in Ephesus, and was created by Luke, proposed that name. So he was not this kind of thing. So why we make, I'm not saying we don't need to have a religion. I'm saying yes, we do have. If you need to have a religion, you can have. What I'm saying is you need to exercise your respect towards others' religion or creed. While we do not respect it, it's a problem. You know, um, we can see, just to emphasize here what we said on question 78. he said, if spirits, the spirit said, if spirits had no beginning, they would be equal to God, when in fact they are his creation and subject to his will. Pay attention with this. If we didn't have beginning, we would be equal to God. Like, for example, uh, an animal. Let's say you have a kind of dog. It's the only missing part in the dog is talking to us, because they understand everything. They are very smart. They do everything. So it's so intelligent, you know, for that small, depends the size of the dog. My one is a snack, for example, for a German Shepherd. So my one is a little snack, but you see a lot of videos on YouTube, people posting about their dogs. They do amazing things. So when they die, oh, I hope they reincarnate here. Well, it's a process. Perhaps the stage after an animal will be a human being, but he will start in a primitive world, not in a world of trials and a torment, because they are not ready. It's like if you put a 6 years old or in a college. It's the same thing. They say, hey, I'm lost here. What's happened here? They will not understand anything. I want to play, and you are talking about calculus, physics, geometry, chemistry. Is something totally different. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Please write to us. Talk to us. Neide, you want to add something?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Very good. Okay. It's important to say that on question 80, Kardec asked, is the creation of spirits constant, or did it only take place at the beginning of time? Answer, it is constant. That is to say, God has never ceased creating. So, it's a constant creation. And we do have a lot of space to fill. Like, look up the sky. I don't know, perhaps, I don't know how is the sky in Chicago or in Oregon. But here in Ireland, because of the lights, we cannot see too many stars, even though the climate here, the pollution here is very low compared to probably Chicago or São Paulo or New York or Los Angeles. So, but if you turn off the light here and we fix our eyes, we will see probably the part of the Milky Way. And if each star it is let's say a portion of planets, we do have many places to live. We do have many houses there, So we do have. Probably in some words, we don't have this physical body. We may have a different type of body. Why? Because the let's call the corporeal body, which will involve the spirits, must be adapted where the spirit will reincarnate. A silly example here, perhaps. Oh, they don't breathe oxygen in that planet. They breathe like, I don't know, hydrogen, ammonia, whatever. The body who will incarnate is adapted to breathe that thing instead of oxygen. So it is an adaptation. That's why we have 3 layers: spirit, perispirit, and body, material body. In this example here, we can say spirit, perispirit, and an adaptable corporeal body in relation to the word this spirit will reincarnate. Make sense? Okay, let me say something, Neide. I will write my throat here.
No, it's interesting, and it's the crazy thing that we don't know when we were create, which is point exactly how we begin, and either we don't know how we're gonna end, because they say we're gonna keep evolve, and we don't the certain the thing that we know that they let clear for us that we keep evolve, that evolution never stop, to get to the high evolved world. But after that, what's happened? We don't know, and it's like we are on the middle. When I see it, we are on the middle of a line. We don't know where it begin, and we don't know where we're gonna end. But I believe that at least we know that the things will get better. It's the only thing that I'm sure is that things will get better. So we have to keep going, keep walk, keep evolving. I think, and more knowledge we get, more we understand, and more we comprehend where we have to go and from where we come from exactly. But for why we have to keep in mind that it's not important when we begin or when we're gonna finish, but what we are doing now, how we are, the now. I think is where we have to focus our mind, to not getting like a little bit too much in our head. Let's say we have to. I think they brought a lot on the Spirit's book. I think they brought a lot of information that I imagine for that time when the book was wrote, to understand this was quite difficult for some people, and it's still sometimes hard to understand now. And we still keeping asking question, and question that we are not ready to get the answer. That's the truth.
Yeah. It was good when you said about how this book, the impressions this book caused when they were published. But it's an important topic to say. When Kardec, the first edition of the Spirit's book, had 500 something questions. And on the second edition, which is we have the current 1019 questions on the second edition. But in between the first and the second edition, Charles Darwin launched or defended or presented his evolution theory. So, can you imagine how this shake the entire society at the moment? Thank you, Don. 501 questions we have in the first edition. Thank you. I know it was 500, but I'm not sure. Yeah. So, you know, because we needed to understand that in the 19th century we had more spiritists, let's say, than we have today. It was more common than today. And then we have this book from Kardec saying about the origin of things, the spirits, the other world. And then we have Charles Darwin publishing his evolution theory. It was a lot of information for one not incarnation, but what all came together. This is what when Kardec said the Spiritism came in the right moment. The books were written in the right moment because we have all these new or these new, not achievements, these new discoveries. Like Sorbonne at the time of Kardec, they were studying philosophical science. Years later, because of the reform, they follow the materialism. They remove the philosophy as a science, so they just kept the human science, and that's it. And unfortunately, we have this materialism prevailing up to nowadays. Okay, let's see what more. Uh, we can advance a little bit here. Neide. Are spirits formed spontaneously, or do they proceed from one another? God creates them as he creates all other creatures by his will. But again, the origin is a mystery. So even it's a mystery because we do not understand. We do not have perhaps vocabulary to describe it. It's- Let's say Bruce put something very interesting here. Darwin's works have today, by the scientific community, has been proved totally incorrect. I didn't know that, Bruce. I didn't know. I didn't know. And I can, my knowledge about it is this size, so I cannot form an opinion here. But I would say when we comparing what the spirits are saying, what Charles Darwin are saying, we see there is a gap in between. And this gap in between, it is the phase when the spirits, this gap is, how we can say, let me remember the expression in English. Let me say here. We can say like a missing link, or let's say this gap we have, it's because it didn't happen here on earth, happened in primitive worlds. That's why we don't have the true story of the beginning of the creation, because it didn't happen here. It happened in a different world. Can I give some
And
some
I think was two different, because one are talk about the materialist, the material world or material, and the other was talk about the spirit sense. So it's like about the intelligence sense. So it's
yeah.
two different things, because one is material, the other is I forgot the word right now, but it's in the spiritual sense.
Mhm.
But I think the both of them came on the same time for some reason. They like, just of course wasn't proposed to bring this together, no, on the same time when the world was needed this, need this transformation, this information.
Mhm.
And of course
Don't-
that time they didn't had all the resource that they have today, was much more difficult to study and to prove this kind of thing. So this is one of the reason, I think.
yeah. Don said here, missing link was in spirit world as understand it. Yeah, could be, Don. Could be. But if we go to question 607 of the Spirit's books, 607, we see on part B, Kardec asked, does the period of a humanhood begin on earth? Spirit's answer, the earth is not the starting point of early human incarnations. The period of humanhood usually begins on worlds even less evolved. Question 607. And here, from my understanding, is the missing link. And because it didn't happen here, we don't have this connection. Okay? Okay. So, read it. Question 607, part B. 607, part B. Okay. What more? Question 82 sounds sensible. Yes, Don. At least for me, makes a huge sense. Because explains a lot of things in my mind. The way my chips working here. They make some connections. Say, hey, oh, now, yes, makes sense. Is it correct to say that spirits are immaterial? Immaterial is something that's not material. And in our way to see it, material is something we can touch, we can hold, we can see. And when something we cannot see, we cannot touch, we call immaterial. And the Spirit said, immaterial is not the right word. Incorporeal would be more exact, because you ought to understand that since a spirit is a creation, it must be something. It is matter in quintessential form, but you have nothing analogous to it. It is also so etherealized that your senses cannot perceive it. So we are talking here about about the resources in 19th century. So they didn't know, like, they didn't know how expressions we have nowadays. Perhaps we can call it different names. I don't know. I do not have this background to risk some other names here. Perhaps Neide has. She has.
I think I was a little bit dreamy right now.
Yeah. And Kardec, he put an observation here. We say that spirits are immaterial because their essence differs from everything we call matter. A nation of blind people would not have any words to represent light and its effects. Those who are born blind believe that they perceive everything through the senses of hearing, smell, taste, and touch. But they cannot understand the ideas that would result from the sense they lack. Similarly, we are in a way truly blind regarding the essence of spiritual beings. We can only define them by means of imperfect comparisons or by an effort of our imagination. It's like when you say, for example, color blue to a blind person. Blind is born blind, okay? So he has no idea. When you say, oh, the trees are green. But a friend of mine who is blind, he said to me, he born blind, he said to me that each color has a vibration. And he is able to perceive the vibration. So the color red, there is a vibration. Color blue, another vibration. Color green, another vibration. So when we say, oh, do you want your shirt blue or red? And they say blue, and you give you red, they say, no, this is not red. This is not blue, this is the red one. I did it. I did it. Nobody told me. I did it. And I said, no, this is amazing, you know. This is amazing.
See, incredible.
Yeah, because and it was literally, he was asking, "Oh, give me the blue shirt. I give you the red." No, I told you the blue. I said, "Hey, are you seeing? Are you seeing here? What's going on?" And then he explained that the vibration, the color has a vibration here.
Fantastic. How we can, develop other sense that we don't use usually because of
Yeah, we don't need
other
it.
sense.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
need. We don't need. Like probably the sight surpass this vibration sensation, and we don't develop this. No, but he knows what we're talking about. He knows what we are saying. You know, so let me see. Let me see what we have here. Question. Hey, Bruce. Leah is asking you where this post you said about Darwin works. What is the source? If you have the source, my friend, please put it here in the comment box, and we can dig a little bit more here. Okay, I appreciate it if you do it.
I think I remember that I hear something, where about this, that he was not completely right. There is few things that we got wrong, but imagine that time when like I said, the resource was different that we have today, of course, I think. But what he did, if he was wrong or right, he get to I think his how can I say, his act, when he brought this up was to get the attention for that situation, that to take off the mind of the people from that blind, especially on the religious side, that thing that from the thing that humanity was beginning, as they say exactly on the Bible, for example, and he was proving that, not proving, but he brought another point of view, and much more materialist, like 100% materialist, that bring attention to the world or to the people to another point of view. And this is my point of view, like the connection that this and the Spirit's book was be writing in the same time. I think was a very articulate from the spiritual plan,
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, an important question. 83. Don said Darwin's second book expanded his observations more. Great. Question 83. Do spirits have an end? What do you think, Nate? We have an end?
If I had this question, if I could answer this question, it would be like a salvation of many other questions. No idea. I believe that same way we don't have begin. Say we don't have begin. We have a begin, but I think our end is not the end, because what's the end? I don't think that we have an end the way that we understand
Think.
end. You
Yeah.
know, I believe that we will get the point somewhere, but not the end. Not this the end that we think, that you'll be things disappear and completely, and you'll be like vanish, something like
Gone.
that. Yeah, gone.
Disappear.
Like Thanos did with the finger, and
Yeah.
then disappear. No, not this end, not like that. But I believe that we get some point that will be complete. Maybe they always how can I say, evolution. gonna keep evolving forever, maybe. What is forever? Just bring more questions.
Yeah, yeah.
No way to know right now.
Yeah, I would say, since we are in a progression, in our evolving situation, would be very disappointing if, when we reach the toppest level, oh, finish, start over again. You know. So, and this kind of proves here, because the Spirit says, well, we tell you that the Spirit's existence has no end. That is all we may say for now. Why he said this is all we may say now? Because we do not have intelligence to understand it. Our intelligence is limited. So as long as we will acquiring existences, reincarnations, experiences, we will acquiring more knowledge, we will developing more ourselves, and we were expanding our intelligence. At the moment we will understand. Now, for example, when Jesus was among us, he used to say parables, and people at that time, I would say they understand better than us, because he used words and jargons that civilization that time used to use, and they know what he's mean. We, years later, we do not use that expressions anymore. We have a lot of uh, good souls trying to explain it. Some reach the goal, some don't. But we still have problems to understand it. We still have problems to practice it. Okay? And with this, I think we need to stop here, Neide. It's 5 minutes left, but I don't want to jump in a new chapter, which is the primitive normal world. Let's leave this for next Thursday. And if you guys have any question, any let me know. Leah asked us if the first edition had 501 and thereafter has 1019, who added the new? Was Kardec? It was Kardec, Leah.
He reviewed his work, and because after he published the first edition, he continued his work, asking the question and
Yeah,
doing the research.
that is an explanation from Kardec. I don't know if it is in the beginning of the introduction of the Spirit's book, or he did it in the Spiritist magazine. I don't recall. Let me see here. Let me see. Chun chun. Chun chun chun. Let me see. Don said the first book was from notebooks given to him. Well, let me see. Let me write you something here. Voice.
I'm trying to find it here, but I'm not. My internet's not helping today. Sorry.
Let me see one thing here.
Because I think it was just less than 2 years after then when he did the second edition. It was a short period.
Yeah, he did his explanations on Spiritist magazine from June. Yeah, it's in the Spiritist magazine in between 1858 1859.
The second edition was
Look,
published in
yeah,
1860.
the Spirit magazine from March 1860, page 96. Kardec give an explanation about the second edition, and I would invite you, Leah, to dig in more in the Spiritist magazine from March 1860, page 96.
The same year when they launched the second edition.
Yeah. Then you have let me see if we have a link here. Spiritist Maga. Okay. Okie dokie. I got the PDF here. So I cannot upload.
Do you have the link? You can post the link.
No.
To download.
Yes. I post the link here, guys. You can download the Spiritist magazine from 1860. Here's the link. Click on the link, download it, and you can read and see Kardec explaining the differences and why he had to make a second edition with more questions.
More than double of the question.
Okay. Leah, if you have any problems, let me know. Okay. Yes, no, it's on Kardecpedia as well, but the translations in Kardecpedia, it's not quite.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Depends.
Yeah,
if
depends.
good, if not, to be confused.
Yeah. You can go to Kardecipedia as well. It's a
go.
great source, by the way. It's a wonderful source. But the translation into English is quite of needs
Yes, quite
needs
old.
improvement. Yeah, needs improvement.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do the final prayer, and I ask everyone to raise up your thoughts again. Surround ourselves, our city, our world with good vibrations. Helping everyone, inspiring, encouraging. Everyone to keep it going their path. No matter how difficult it is today, please do not give up. Have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. And let's move forward. May we have a wonderful night, a wonderful Friday and a weekend. So be it. Amen. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll see you next Tuesday. Sunday, we will see Neide giving her talk. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Okay, with Vanderlei. Okay? Enjoy your rest of the day or beginning of the day, depends where you're watching this. And stay safe, stay well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. See you.